Hello and welcome back to another game of CS, this time between Isurus Gaming and YeaH Gaming. This is for ESL Brazil Premier League Season 5, and today we're playing on Train. Isurus starting off the counter-terrorist side, just going for a particularly default buy, with the only exception being YeaH with a defuse kit and some smokes. As for the terrorists, mostly the same, armor and Glocks, but ZQK on a P250, flash and smoke, and they are basically playing for a hard B approach here. Bomb is practically on a side already, and with the 2 CT defenders going down, and it's now for the 4 remaining CTs to fight it out against the 4 remaining Ts. NBL going for the long play around there. He will run into ZQK if he is not particularly careful about this. And 62 just going through CT spawn there, just trying to sneak around, but he may be picked out here, and he will be, and it is down to YeaH, who is pretty much going to get overrun here, and that is it. First round will go to YeaH Gaming. A particularly convincing first round there, with only 1 kill achieved by the CTs. And going to the second round here, we are seeing a lot of rifles. You see 4 rifles and 1 MAC-10. Depending on the angles and approach you want to take here, this could be a little bit risky, as any rifles that get dropped will have a pretty adverse effect. Zan dropping into Pop Dog there will take out NBL. They will slowly move out of the side there, but the CZs are tearing them apart now. They can only really win the long range runs, and Isurus Gaming basically surround them and get basically well-timed peaks at close range. And all of those rifles, or at least 2 of them at least, have gone to the counter-terrorist defenders, and this is not a happy place to be in if you are on YeaH Gaming. They themselves, however, will go for 3 ZZs, bit of utility, and 2 Desert Eagles. Perhaps with a couple of long angles wanting to be approached here. Have a double peek onto Ivy here. Just try to get some real estate, which they do manage to move up a little bit, but they are pretty much going to get countered there by NBL, who's also keeping an eye on it. Zan just sitting above Pop Dog there. He's getting a flash ready so that his teammates can pop out onto this A site. The other players just remaining in default positions, perhaps waiting for a particularly brave CT to poke his head out. Some utility being used. CTs are expecting a bit of a build-up here at Ivy. With 2 eyes set on that angle, this could be particularly devastating if they decide to push through this. And that Molotov is going to force 2 players out there, and they are quickly dispatched. With the fire still raging, Jukin has no chance to respond to this, and will soon be taken out himself, unless he can get the deagle, but he does not get that shot. Had the slightest of chances there, but it didn't work out, and we're now basically just down to Zan. They know where he is. This should be over soon. Gets 1 more player than I think he should have, but that is a small victory. The more guns you can take away from the CTs at this early stage, the better, because you do not want them to build up that momentum. And as you can see there, it is still 1 eco for the terrorists. They've gone for a full eco in this case. The CTs, with that weakened money, have decided to go for a few SMGs. It's 3 SMGs, 2 rifles, a fair amount of utility, so they are pretty much looking to be in money-making mode here. And with those Ts being as unarmored as they are in a good position to do that. And we are going to be seeing potentially a lot of players building up around Pop Dog here. With only 1 dropping out of the peak there, that's ZQK just baiting him, but not quite getting the result that he's after. NBL keeping an eye on long train here, long B. And we'll call that they're pretty much looking to waterfall out here. 3 quick kills, and he has basically shut down this approach here. That's 4 kills for NBL, and Tootin rounds it out with another onto Jukin. Will the money have been enough to upgrade some of their weapons, though? In the case of 1962, not quite. And Noxie might be opting just to hang on to the MP9 as well. But if they have been keeping track of the terrorist side economy, they should know that they're going to want to be particularly careful about where they place these SMGs. Any long-range battles, and they are pretty much done. We are seeing a fast approach on to be here. There goes out there. The MP9 does basically pay for itself a little bit there by taking out an AK. Will Zand suspect MBL? He will not, and he will be killed as a result. A particularly painful-looking grenade there will do a little bit of damage. Now, it is a 3 versus 4. Now, whilst the terrorists themselves are outnumbered, they have a bit of a choice as to where they go. The CT's basically going for a 3-1 split there. 3 players towards A are surrounding it, with only 1 on B. Teuton, having been smoked out of having a good angle on Ivy, isn't going to be able to provide the kind of cover that he's hoping for, and that flash should have hinted that he's that there is a player on this side. RBS also wary of it, does try to peek and get the kill, but he will not. That leaves Teuton in a position here where he has to try and trade this off to maintain some kind of advantage, and he does. Jukin not looking the correct way. 1962 taking out Hey Poof. Sorry, I oh god. Yeah, I did not know how to pronounce that, so I do apologize. ZQK, being the remaining terrorist player, will pretty much grab the bomb and see if he can try his luck over at B. With the smoke coming out there and NBL already being on site, Teuton also having a particularly good angle here. Teuton has opted to sort of hold back and perhaps go for a bit of a safer angle. Only 9 seconds left. I mean, ZQK is going to have to decide whether he wants to save this or go for it. He has decided to save here in this case, and given the money situation, his teammates can force up around him a little bit, so it's not the end of the world if they want to do that. They might just decide that they do want to save their money, though. As we see, I'm just going to call you KK, okay? Yep. Double K has gone for the Desert Eagle, and the other teammates have gone for economy buys as well. 3 Deagles and CZ to complement the AK there. As for the counter-terrorist, we are seeing a double AWP set up out of them as well, so this could be particularly devastating, especially if they hold the right angles. With the lack of utility on the terrorist side as well, they're pretty much primed to have to peak these angles. As you can see there, Jukin, without really any cover there, has to go for it. Likewise, Double K does hop up onto Blue Train there, but does, of course, get killed without any cover. Remaining terrorist players congregating on the bomb again. And as we saw last time, perhaps seeing what their luck could be like if they decide to go for B instead. Zand potentially peeking out into the crosshairs of an AWP, and Noxie is happy to answer that with an AWP shot there. Again, in quick succession, the double AWPs basically finish that round in less than half a second. Not looking to play around, Isurus have just gone for the double AWP setup earlier, and with Train it makes a bit more sense as you do have those those sort of deeper angles to peak. That said, with this round we are back into a buy. 4 AKs and a Galil, and utility as well. Used correctly, this utility will pretty much make up for the shortcomings that we saw in that last round. As players do creep into Pop Dog there, ZQK on his own, without a player to trade him out there. He'll unfortunately not achieve too much for the team. His colleagues, however, have moved out to the B side. Plant has been blocked out. Cake is able to get 1 kill onto Teuton, but that said, it is a 2 versus 4 situation. A peek coming out from MBL there. With that, Jukin is done. The bomb has been lost. Double K has to find out what he wants to do here. An excellent and classy one-tap from 1962 as he does peek out there. A 6-1 lead from Isurus Gaming. You would hope that you would see some, perhaps a timeout or something from the Terrorist players here. Something that would allow them to think about what exactly it is that they're doing. Or more importantly, what exactly it is that the counter-terrorists are doing. That grenade scoring a lot of damage, and the Molotov to follow it up will make things a little bit uncomfortable in there, but they're able to hold on to the oh no, Jukin dies to it! Senna dies to the Molotov there. Cake with that excellent drop into Pop Dog, and Zand also peeking out of A as well. Gets another kill, and they could very well actually win this round. With a lot of violence of action, YeaH Gaming have been able to take this A site, and with a couple of rifles as well, they might hopefully suspect where he is. He's going to get that first kill, but with the AWP squarely... Oh no, sorry, that was the AWP. With the AK looking at him, this might be a very tough ask for Tootin indeed. He's able to get one kill. He's now turned into a 1 versus 1, but he's still not entirely certain with KKs. He is now, though. There's a lot of utility here. We'll see if it can convince him that he's going to fake it. It hadn't, but with that peak going out on top of the actual bomb plant as well, in between the two radioactive stacks, whatever you want to call them, he is able to catch the T's off guard there. With a lot of money on the counter-terrorist side, it's no surprise that we're seeing them going for a double AWP again. They have so much to throw at this. As for YeaH Gaming, they haven't won a round since the pistol round. Things are starting to look pretty dim for them. Again, depending on what the team style is, if they're not gonna go for a timeout, they really need to be thinking about what they want to do. Bit of pre-fire, it seems, from... Oh, excellently done from 1962. Knowing that the second Molotov was going to be coming in at any point, he throws the smoke out. That was a particularly intelligent play from him. Matt decides that he wants to... Oh, and a counter Molotov as well. That takes away a lot of the pressure. Without knowing that they're going to get that support from Pop Dog. There we go. That is the double drop. I was wondering if we're going to see it, especially after they lost a player to the singular player drop a few rounds ago. So it's good that they actually did that. It's now a 5 versus 4 situation. They still have those 2 AWPs on the counter-terrorists, though. So with some poor peaks, or poor player movement, without any cover, they could actually find that their advantage is quickly torn away from them. And there we go, just like that. There it is. I think this is becoming a bit of a habit. You'll see that as soon as YeaH Gaming's approach onto A stops working, they try to go into B with force. Tootin able to get 2 kills there. We're actually on a 1 versus 2 situation now. Tootin was able to clutch this out last time. We'll see if RVS can actually do it. They must have heard that scope, though, so they've got to be a bit wary of him. You can hear the ladder, and I think he's making that noise to see if he can actually bait him out here. This could be good, because Double K knows that he's there. He just has to keep his eyes on the prize. This is it. Excellent. Okay, even though RVS didn't actually win that, his anticipation for a player being behind was was amazing. Knowing that that's just a little bit too much noise to be normal, and maybe they really wanted him to go for that player, so he'd be open up to all the other angles. Again, wasn't able to secure the round, but he was making the right moves. We're actually... This is something a little bit different from Jukin, from the T's. They're actually looking to get themselves a bit of a ground early on. NBL peeking out into Ivy early on does score a kill. Jukin getting at least something for his troubles there. So it is back to which he does take out 1962 on E-Box, and from Z Connector, Nox, and from Train Base, Noxy is able to pretty much make this a bit of a quick affair, like we've seen the other rounds. And that is unfortunately a bit of a reset for the YeaH Gaming boys. It's not completely away from them yet. If they can somehow get these next 5 rounds, or even the next 3, life isn't going to be too bad for them. Whether we'll see that or not is going to be another story altogether. We're actually seeing 2 players on B site this time. It'll be RVS and Toot, and that's one of the orbs there. And the spray down almost works. RVS doing a lot of damage, but not actually securing kills. He himself is down to 19 health, and 2 versus 4 defense for the T players. They should be torn to shreds in mere moments here. Molotov's coming out, slowly reducing any possible places they can hold. Zand is actually out of ammo. He has to quickly see if he can grab a weapon. And valiantly fought, but not enough. They get the bomb plant, but with the investment they put into that, not quite the end goal they are after. They were better at the opening kills, though, onto that site, and had a real chance, but unfortunately it did fall apart. The retake game from Isurus Gaming was just too strong. As for this next round, we are only seeing a investment in pistols here and only 1 player with armor. So, really, get any kills you can. Double K is going to sit in the fire and drop himself down to 4 health, which is great. Jukin with an excellent Desert Eagle pick does take out 1962 and Pop Dog there. We'll go down to NBL later on, though. Rifle is picked up by ZQK, and they are moving onto this A site. Without the armor, though, they are pretty much exposed to aim punch, and that is it. It is down to Cake, who is going to get perhaps some damage onto these CT players there, but it's not enough. He will go down. A couple of interesting kills that round. It does go to show you what kind of entry kills the YeaH Gaming lads can get if they know the round is a throwaway one. Let's see a quick approach onto B. Nox able to get a no-scope onto Cake, and that's got to be really frustrating. They thought they must have had him clean, but they didn't. And it is now down to a 4 versus 4. Double K moving back from Ivy. Now gonna slowly work their way out of A main here. Not much utility being thrown here. They do open themselves up to some risk. However, it's now 2 versus 4, and this round really, really should belong to the Brazilians. Yeah, with Tootin spotted down to 22 health there, he's going to be able to get 1 kill, but doesn't expect there to be another player wrapping around there, and will go down. The counter-terrorist economy, not quite as strong as we'd hope if we'd look here. All the rounds they've been winning lately, they've actually lost a couple of players each time, so that's a significant investment. In fact, in this case, it was only 1 player left there. So credit where credit is due. YeaH Gaming is doing some economic damage. It's not enough to completely slow them down, of course, but it puts them in still a bit of a danger zone if they lose 2 rounds in a row. Let's see. They take out a cheeky Jukin and a cheeky ZQK. Does peek out of A main there. Zand in a bit of a awkward position there. Will go down 2. And Double K, last one to go down in the back of B side as well. Down to the last round. Not a huge amount of money available for the terrorists here. But we'll see what they can pull off. To be honest, a lot of their better faring rounds have been with the CZs and of course, SMGs and rifles to back them up as they move out with gusto onto the A site. Whether they'll do that again, though, yet to be seen. The CTs themselves, though, haven't been able to go for that double AWP setup here. Looks to be more of a monetary concern than anything else. With one less AWP, they might be in a position to do a bit here. That's a bit of an odd bug. The muzzle flash is coming out of the building. I've never seen that one before. But anyway, enough about that. Terra's setting up for a B site here. They are sitting just above Pop Dog there, just in case they can get an easy kill. However, RVS-10, can he actually see through that? He can't. The counter-terrorists here in this case have actually gone for more forward positions, but they've got NBL to provide a little bit of overwatch here. NBL can get that first shot off there, causing the attention to focus on him, hopefully providing Tootin with another kill, or likewise RVS-10 can get the first shot onto B ramp there. As the round drags on here, we only have 40 seconds left, and with the placement of the terrorist and the utility being used, it is looking like it will be a B hit. There does go out, he is promptly dispatched, and pretty much the kill zone there, Crossfire, has done the trick here, and the counter-terrorists finish off that half very convincingly, 12-3. YeaH Gaming has a very, very uphill climb to come back into this, of course. I dare say it, if we see the pistol going to Isurus Gaming, I would be willing to call it there. There will be a bit of smoke going onto the A site, a bit of a fake there. Oh no, actually, sorry, my mistake. We are seeing a split A. 962 getting the first kill there. Zan with a response. As the other players flood out into the A site there, Jukin will go down. And it's now a 3 versus 4. NBL keeping an eye on Pop Dog for any kind of rotate there. Double K up on Green Box. Will be able to score 3 very needed kills here. There's now a 1 versus 1. NBL doesn't actually have the bomb, but he is spotted. Each player just looking to get just the right peek and one shot to finish this off. Double K, low on ammo here. He will have to swap his gun out soon unless he can secure this kill. 50 seconds left to go there. NBL's actually opting to run straight to B. And if he wants to play his cards right, he could even just try to hold his ground here. Without knowing for certain, though, that Double K is going to run into that, he has decided just to go for the bomb plant. It's extra money even if you don't win. And in this case, he has got himself in quite the good position. Double K does not have the utility needed to really bait out this play here. As long as NBL is patient, he can get a lot going for himself here. And patient he is. Well, at least, yeah, not going for the kill immediately. He just needs to take the diffuser's attention from the defuse. She is done. And this provides him with a very strong position to work with, unless we can see and pretty much the exact same kind of reset that we saw in the first half here. I think Isurus have this. Even if they do lose this round, they've not invested nearly as much. They've gone for 3 MAC-10s here, which in my opinion is a smarter move. That said though, in AK is hard to argue with when it does 2 kills like that. Those courtesy of 1962 here are basically up the ante for YeaH Gaming. 2 remaining players, both on A side here. They may just have to concede that this is not their round. Jukin may have been spotted there. In fact, I think he was. Just why Noxie was pretty much waiting precisely at that angle there. Zan, sitting in Pop Dog, is going to have some company coming for him soon. Each player hearing the other. Bit of a comfortable one. Does he come around behind and get him? I don't know if they've heard this. They haven't. He gets one kill. Cannot get the second, though. And that is it. 14-13. Knowing that their enemies will be on pretty much a full eco, if not close to, two players have opted to hang on to the MAC-10s. It'll be NVL and RBS. And with those MAC-10s, they can basically run and gun here. Freedom of movement here. Cake is the only one really waiting for him. Head down, though. They haven't actually seen him. And he is able to get a kill and a gun. He's not able to hold on to it for too long, but heck, kudos to him. That was a bit impressive. NBL, not the time to reload. Can he get it? He will get the gun. It's only a MAC-10, but that's alright. He won't be able to hang on to it for too long. Setting up the perfect crossfire there for him as he runs back out. This is it. This will be the last possible effort that the counter-terrorists can throw at the terrorists. They've finally got rifles now and utility. They're going to be able to basically blunt those very fast approaches that we've seen from Isurus Gaming. Okay, very much in a position where he's going to have to get an excellent spray between him and ZQK. They have done exactly what was needed, and that is tear the T's to shred. They've lost 3 players. They're down to a 2 versus 5 situation here. They still have possession of the bomb, which will be good. But at this point, unless we see some a few heroics out of Teuton and Noxie, I don't think we're going to see a 16-3 victory from them. Especially now, so that Teuton has gone down. Noxie are able to respond to that, but it's a 1 versus 4 situation. Not really preferable. Noxie being blinded there by Cake's flash. He will go down. 15-4. Not that Isurus need to sweat too much. They still have plenty of money and are able to buy right back into this. What was crucial for the counter-terrorists at that point, though, is the fact that they only lost 1 player. So they're able to take a lot of this money forward. They're very bought up here. Just about most of the utility you could really ask for in a round like this. What we see from Noxie is going to be kind of interesting, though, using an AWP on T-side train. Myriad there's different angles, though. Counter-terrorists have gone for fairly protected locations. RVS is moving up, and a flash coming in from Ivy there will pretty much spill the beans as to where perhaps 2 of these players are. It's called a bit of a rotate from B onto A. Teuton perhaps wary of that Molotov there. Doesn't necessarily want to peek anything yet. He doesn't really have the backup to do it, so wise move. And it seems like they might actually want to go for an A split through Pop Dog here. Correction. That bomb is moving closer to B as we speak. 30 seconds left. They've definitely left the YeaH Gaming lads to sweat about this one. But for them, as long as they're patient, think about what they want to do. They may just have this. Terrorists bursting onto the scene here. Cake will get 1. He'll get 2. He knows there's one from long there. There's an AWP. That's pretty terrible, but he will cause some damage to it. He does get the kill, and it is now down to 1962, 1 versus 2. He can do this. Oh no, he can't, sorry. The time has run out. Cake doing an excellent job there. Even if he isn't able to kill everybody, he's able to basically wind that time down left on that round perfectly. He didn't even run. He wasn't even scared. And with that, we see something I didn't think we were going to see this game, and that is Isurus Gaming on the economy. Burst Fire is not going to do it, and that is a very quick round. With the money returned to Isurus Gaming, though, we'll see what they're able to do here. Not able to try the same strategy as before. None of the players could afford an AWP. It's not without becoming a glass cannon, something you might not want to do on this map. QK though, not afraid to peek out there onto Ivy, does get 1 kill. You do see Noxy holding back, not wanting to give the shot to him. Now that he does, though, he almost gets 1 kill onto Double K. 1962 peeking out of Pop Dog there, pretty much just running out of the smoke. Yeah, not much to really be said about that. There's nobody there to trade you. Tootin also hanging out in Pop Dog. Of course, counting on the fact that nobody would ever go into Pop Dog after somebody died there. Does correct for that angle particularly well. He is able to take down 2 players. He's got a minute left, but I don't know if he suspects that Double K is there. He doesn't, and will of course die to him. Got to hand it to YeaH Gaming. When the pressure is placed on them, they do start to stand up or show up here. Not seeing a double up setup from them just yet. Haven't quite needed it, and to be honest, if they've been keeping track of the T-side economy, losing an AWP to a CZ or worse is not a great feeling. Both teams opting for more of a default setup here, with a slight build-up just outside of Ivy here. They are looking to do the running jump, just to get RVS onto the other side. As time goes on, CT is just keeping ZQK in between A and B there, using the Z connector. Depending on whether they want to go for a fake or not, they are setting up for an A play though. So we're going to see a split A from Ivy and Pop Dog. As the utility comes out, you'll see the approach here. Double K at a pretty good line of sight onto those onto the 2 Ts there. Is not able to do everything he wanted to though. That said though, Jukin is happy to finish the job for him. But not completely though, as Tootin does get a kill on him. Noxy having an AWP as well. Not an AWP, sorry. Noxy with the M4 will peek out there and unfortunately dies, not able to secure the kill onto ZQK, who has scored some impressive kills that round. Another buy coming in from Isurus Gaming here. And perhaps not expecting that there would be Double K sitting here behind the servers. They've sprayed, expecting that somebody might want to hang behind them, but not getting a kill. Double K B hopping back to safety. Will throw a grenade and get a bit of damage onto Noxy there. B side being particularly quiet. Nobody really looking to do anything there. And Noxy does hop back off Ivy. leaving RVS 1962 in his place. Bomb is collected. And it seems like they might be setting up for this A split from Popdog and Ivy again. With the exception of NBL, who seems like he might just want to hang out outside of A main. Do see 1962 and RVS slowly start to creep up here. Double K in line. Sorry, Noxie does go down, and that is the bomb drop just outside of B as well. Cake might be in a good position. How that said, Teuton's able to come out with an excellent peek at this stage. 1 versus 4. He is pretty much just looking to get that bomb down. Not really much more he can really hope for there. Does get 1 kill, but ZQK running up with the CZ will secure this round. Now, without saying the dreaded O word, I will say that YeaH Gaming have definitely found their feet now. NBL able to safely assure his teammates that there is indeed an AWP on A. His teammates, however, are just setting up just outside of B. Utility having slowed things down here a little bit. Cake will want to try and get a spray through that smoke, but we'll see nothing then. In 62, setting up a couple of Molotovs there, so they can try and burn out Popdog, but there is nobody in there to be burnt out. At least at the time, we will see a trade onto Zant, who did just quickly look into Popdog there. They mean being smoked out this late in the round. This could put a lot of pressure on them as they try to move in. Teuton looking to get into Popdog there. Does make just a bit of sound there. Jukin, seeing him, will also provide a little bit of damage, dropping him down to 6 health. RVS will throw smoke out here. If they've been looking at that, they'll know just the angle, and Double K is ready for him. Doesn't get the kill, but with his colleagues moving out into the site here, they pretty much have to get kills, and they have to get them now. If this bomb doesn't go down, which it will, thankfully, for Isurus Gaming, that was pretty much going to be it. It's a 2 versus 3. This is going to be Isurus' best chance to finish this game out in quite a while. Okay, on the bomb site will go down, and ZQK 1 versus 3 with an AWP. As soon as he tries to do anything with it, they're going to know exactly where he is. And that should be it. With the right peek, that's going to be it. And ZQK whiffing the shots will go down to RVS. And that is it. 16-9. Isurus Gaming win that one. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. We should have more games up soon. If there's any that you'd like me to check out, please let me know. As always, any comments or critiques are welcome, as I am trying to get better at this. Thank you. Bye.